Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on a new chapter of Nanatsu no Taizai, or you call it the 7 Deadly Sins, on chapter 307. Now, this chapter right here, the way how it went and the way how it ended in this chapter, looks like to me we might be going with the end, and it's not some April Fool's joke. We'll have to find out. So, if anything else, let's go. We have to that the king of Leones is really happy or relieved that the Holy War ended, but the way how the tragedy went and the way how the damage began, it is really something that it cannot be repaired, you know? And of course, the Dawn of Roar tells the King of Leones, like, don't worry about this. We will make sure that the kingdom will be reconstructed and restored to its former glory. And we had to the King of Leones asked the Dawn of Roar to join him tonight or something. They go like, oh yeah, sure, why not? We see to it that Gil Thunder seems to be okay. He's reunited with Hauser and what's his name, Griamore, and they end up having a little small talk, some funny moments with Marguerite, and then Griamore with Veronica, freaking having some fun, while Hauser's just feeling all jealous, and he decides to leave right away. As for Dreyfus and Hendrickson, they end up having a little small talk with each other on what happened with Ludershell. Of course, Dreyfus does hit him in the head for doing something reckless because as your friend, etc., I knew if you were up to something like this, I would stop you, But I'm gonna tell you right now, don't overdo it and rush to an early grave. You hear me? Because both Anna and Zarathustra are already dead, And Griamore is about to be self-sufficient to make a family of his own, not to mention Frodra's no longer with me. And Hendrickson's really surprised about this, and Dreyfus tells Hendrickson he can't really bring himself to hate him completely, And we have to it that come on, let's go have some drinks tonight, etc. As for Jericho, she ends up having a little small talk with little Zeal and Giulia, of course, Zeal's older sister, end up having a little small talk with what the hell's going on here, and they get interrupted by two fairies and a giant. Well, of course, they're in human shape form. Well, of course, what's her name again? Matrona. She's in her human size form, thanks to the medicine that Diane gave her. As for Harada, etc., along with whatchamacallit, Buora, the fairy that has some kind of has a little funny stuff here and there. It's just oh, we got invited to some kind of party whatsoever. As for Hawk, he is just eating a lot of scraps right now, and Bon and Melly always is like, hey, there you are. What have you been doing, huh? Yeah, what's up? And we see to it that Hawk tells himself that he wasn't useful in the Holy War at all, and he was not able to save, and he has been saved by Elizabeth and Bond completely, and it's really embarrassing, He didn't like that. Although Hawk is really saying that he's really weak and he has no right to stand amongst heroes like yourselves, we have to that Meliodas was gonna mock Hawk, but Bond ends up hitting Meliodas in the head to knock it off. And of course, Bond tells Hawk I actually respect you. Even though you may be weak, you never hesitate to throw your body and your life on the line to try to protect your friends. That's not something that just anyone can do, Even Meliodas says, yeah, you're right. You've been through a lot. You may be weak. You're no coward. Those who stand up to face the mighty while knowing full how weak they are, that takes a lot of courage, And we see to it that Hawk ends up trying to hug Bond and Meliodas, but they end up dodging him, saying that, dude, you're covered in snot and tears and scraps. We don't want to get hugged by you. And we see to it that Bond tells Hawk, I'll cook you up something nice tonight. How's that sound? And we see to it that, I think there's something you want to hear, and it's mild, good night, my darling little brother, kind of thing. Of course, that song is from Wilde himself, and Hawk's what kind of song is that supposed to be? But, for some reason, I just can't keep myself from crying. It's really emotional, and it looks like to me, Hawk does not remember his older brother, but it looks like to me part of his own heart still has it in him, As for the boar's hat, Meliodas and everyone else goes back in there. Everyone's having a party in there. We see Mal, Gother. We see Helbram. Yeah, I saw Helbram in there. If you look closely, Helbram's actually there. And we see Harade, everyone we know. I think we see Zarathustra in there, and we saw Oslo, and then We see Bond cooking, Elaine helping him out, and, you know, Hawk cleaning up the floor. So is Escanor, and then we see the dawn of Roar. We see Elizabeth, and then, of course, Marguerite, and then Hauser. Oh, almost everyone's there, especially like a Matrona, and of course King. Almost everyone in that big one page, and everyone's having their fun. Mal's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sorry, oh, sorry, oh, sorry, I'm so sorry, my cup's empty." And we see to it that freaking Gother's like, "Oh man, the shocking truth, the strongest of the four archangels is a crybaby. Here, have a refill." I'm thinking about my Gother, you're trying to mess him up again. And we see Grimoire with the troublemaking duo, and then everyone's having their fun. Elizabeth messes up by throwing some food on someone's faces by accident, which is like freaking Hendrickson and Dreyfus, of course. And Hawk's eating to his delight while Meliodas sees the King of Leonis trying out Meliodas' food and ends up puking it out, while one of the Dawn of Roar members goes out to Meliodas for such trickery, while Matrona ends up having a drinking competition with someone, and she's really winning, well, because the other guy's knocked out, you know. As for Elizabeth, she tells Meliodas and Bond that they could take a break while Escort and I will work hard until you are back, you know. And we see to it that Meliodas thanks Elizabeth for that, and Bond and Meliodas end up having a little small talk with each other, and they say, "Hey, you know, it's a really nice starry night. It's been a while here and there." And of course, like, Meliodas is like, "You know, maybe next time we should like restock on some booze." But Bond asks Meliodas like, "What do you mean next time? When is this next time, huh?" Even Meliodas goes like, "You realized it, don't you?" And Bond's like, "Of course I did. I know you can't stay here much longer, can you? So when is it? When the day that you'll be gone for good?" And the chapter ends up there. And the message gives me off saying that 7 Deadly Sins will be on break, you know, and chapter 308 will be released in the week after. And it's called Epilogue 2. Pretty simple chapter, honestly. It's just the aftermath of what happened in the Holy War. Everyone seems to be doing fine, going to the board's hat, while Meliodas and Bond cheers up Hawk. Even though he's weak, he has a lot of courage, you know. And they go back to the board side, and everyone's enjoying themselves, you know. But however, the way how it ended off is like Meliodas cannot stay in the world forever, because if you guys remember that time when Meliodas was trying to escape purgatory, that guy just used his original power to harm his own father in a certain sense. So knowing that his father told him that he can't be in the world any longer, that's a dangerous risk. Not to mention, if Meliodas has all the commandments inside him, like all the Demon King's powers whatsoever, he can't stay in that world. He'll be gone about like a day or so. Half a day or a day and a half. That's the truth. I mean, have you guys forgotten about that? Not to mention, I am very upset that I don't see Zeldris and maybe some other people. I mean, there's a lot of questions that needs to be answered, but if Nakaba Sensei is really going to end it off in a low note, it's going to be upsetting. Because where is Zeldris? Where's everyone else? I mean, I know there are so many characters in this story that doesn't have much, interaction or importance, but I want to know what happened to everyone else in general, because if Taizai is coming to an end this year, and the way how it's going right now, it's ending, I need to know where Zeldris and the others are at. So, I don't know how this is going to go, but one thing was sure, Meliodas is about to be gone soon. Possibly he might have a day or less before he has to leave, or he disappears for good. Even Bond realizes that. So yeah, pretty simple chapter, like I said, nothing much happened, but one thing was sure, Meliodas is going to have to, you know, be gone for good. Because, you know, if he has the Demon King's power, or if he has his original power that he feared much about, if you guys remember correctly, he can't stay in that world for too long. So, we'll have to see. So until then, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, right? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot. One more thing. Where's Merlin and Arthur? Forgot about that. Bye.